In this video, we'll discuss about the internal rate of return. We know this is one of the capital budgeting technique. So what do we understand by the internal rate of return, right? So the IRR or their internal rate of return, it denotes the sum of discounted cash inflows which are equal to discounted cash outflow. We always say NPV. When NPV is equal to 0, we call that is the internal rate, right? It is the rate at which NPV of any investment becomes a 0. So why we call specifically a internal rate of return? Because it mainly depends on the outlay and the process that associated with the project. So not only the rate at which it is determined outside the investments, it is also known as the marginal rate of return, and it is always time adjusted value, because we are using the time value method. We discount the value and then we get the true value of the money in the future time. And there are few procedures involved while calculating the internal rate of return. As we know, there is a uniformity cash inflows during the project existence of periods, or there could be a there could be a non-uniformity where there is a different amount of cash inflows during the period of projects. So what would be the method when we are calculating the uniform cash inflows and when non-uniform cash inflows? So first we must understand how we calculate when there is a uniform cash inflows. So when the cash inflows are uniform, when you know for all the years of the project, we have to use the annuity table, right? Annuity present value 1 rupee table for the number of years that we given, and we calculate based on that. So internal rate of return, there are various advantages when we do. So as we do the sum, we'll discuss about the merits that associated with the internal rate of return calculations. So one advantage may be when all the cash inflows of the project, when it arises from a different point of the time, when we have to consider, and when you also want to adopt a time value of the money, and the decisions where you need to make an immediate decisions when it considers the cost of the capital, the IRR is the best method which helps you in taking the true objective of the maximization of the wealth of the shareholders. Okay, so the accept or the reject criterion is when we say the IRR is when it is higher than or equal to minimum required rate of return. We say the minimum required rate of return is also known as the cutoff rate of the firm's cost of capital. So that is the point where we have to consider whether we are going to take this acceptance or the rejection criteria. Okay, first one, when the cash inflows are uniform, right? Uniform for all the given year. So how are we going to use this? Okay, so if we see one sum, maybe you can understand how we do it with the help of annuity table, right? So we consider one example sum. So that we have an equipment. Okay, so an equipment, it requires an initial investment. So it requires an initial investment of rupees 60,000. Okay, and the annual cash flow is estimated at rupees 15,000 for 5 years. Okay, and it is uniform for all the 5 years. 15,000 is uniform cash flow for all the 5 years. So when we have an uniform cash flows for the given period of time, how are we going to calculate the IRR? Okay, so very simple. What we have to do is we have to find out the factor. So factor is equal to, we have the true value of the investment. We have our investment, right? Investment divided by the cash flow, how much we have. So in this case, investment we have 60,000. So 60,000 divided by, we have 15,000 every year as a cash flow. So 60,000 divided by 15 years, we get 4, right? 60,000 divided by 15, when we divide, we get 4. So what is this actually a 4 is? So 4 is a factor, right? So we have to consult this factor in the present annuity table for the 5-year period. So how we say calculating present value annuity, because we are going to do the factor for the 5 years, right? Annuity table for 5 years, for 5 years periods at this factor of 4. So for the 4 we are going to calculate. So the discounted percentage. So in the annuity table for the factor 4 we need to calculate. Maybe I can show you how are we going to do it. So if you observe, I got you the present value annuity table. So in this present value annuity table, if you find the given sum, it is for the 5 years period, and we got the factor 4. So we have to check where the factor is approximately equal to 4. So I'm just checking out for the factor. So for the factor 4, all the factors here are very high, but for the 7% it is almost 4.1. But we have to check the factor which is approximately closer to 4. So we can consider 3.9927, right? So in this, for the 5-year period, the present value which is 3.9927 is approximately closer to 4 factors. So we can say that 8% is what the internal rate of return. So that's about how we locate the internal rate of return in annuity table. So the discount percentage, would be 8%, right? We consider that as an 8% for 5 years period, right? Because the present value is 3.9927 from the annuity table we located, which is nearly around 4, right? That is the factor we found out. So hence IRR is equal to, we can say 8%. I would say it is approximate figure. So this is how we calculate IRR when we have a uniform cash flow. So how we calculate IRR when there is a non-uniform cash flow during the given years, that we will see in the next video.